What's good? It's your boy Big Mike Rob. It's definitely going down over here at the Yummy Lounge. This is where cultivation, lifestyle, and entertainment come together all in one to educate you on what's going on out there in the cannabis lifestyle. We got a great guest for you guys today. She goes by the name of Karapetyan. Anna, how are you doing?
Great, thank you.
Let everybody know a little bit about yourself.
So I am a cannabis consultant. I help in the, I guess we're a dime a dozen in this industry, but I help in the licensing and compliance aspect of things with respect to cannabis and hemp, both in California and nationwide. I think I was kind of telling you earlier, I've been in the business for about 11 years.
11 years.
My brother and his partner, their operation is the largest chain of dispensaries here in Sacramento, Colas, and I started with them a while back. It's been 3 years since I'm entering my third year of independent consulting, however.
Okay.
So here I am now.
So over here in the Yummy Lounge, what we try to do is we try to educate a lot of people. So when you said 11 years experience in this industry, what made you even think about getting in this industry?
I didn't. My brother pulled me out of glamour shots. I was a salesperson, honestly, and he just said,
well, we can see where the glamour comes into play, but okay.
Thank you. No, he said, I need you. They had a whole bunch of, at that time it was Prop 215 days, so a lot of things were gray area, but they were one of 30 licensed dispensaries in the city of Sacramento.
Wow, and not to cut you off, but when it comes to being getting a license in a dispensary, that was really, really, really difficult.
Oh yeah, I think there was about 185 operating dispensaries in the city of Sacramento until Sacramento decided that they're going to license and allow us to count them out. And they had to go through like a 3-phase process, and it was rigorous. I remember, again, them just the processes that they had to go through, the paperwork, the background checks, more rigorous than we have even currently in the licensing process. To where they landed 9 of the 30 licensed dispensaries.
Wow, and me being out of the city of Las Vegas and native of the Bay Area, but in Las Vegas, I've learned that when they started licensing a lot of the different companies out there, they said it was harder to get a cannabis license than it was to get a liquor license. You know what I mean? And and to get a liquor license in Las Vegas is really tough.
I bet.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's why consultants like myself exist, because this is a full-time job. Even with standardization happening as we progress with the cannabis industry, licensing is still a very long. It's very just a long process, and it's time-consuming. It's made simplified enough for anyone to do it, technically speaking. But again, the reason why I left even working with colas and going independent is because this took up more time than the average, than anything else as far as I'm concerned in Canada.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's
your thoughts. Although that I've been around the industry for a while, being in the music industry, I've learned that the cannabis lifestyle is, a lot of people just think it's recreational, but don't understand that it's really about, it helps in medical assistance as well. Can you elaborate on that a little bit about how the medical works?
I'm no cultivator, nor am I to understand the value of the product as well from the core, nor am I a medical expert, obviously, but I do know that that's the heart of it, right? That's where the core of cannabis started, is for the medicinal purposes, for the benefits that come from it. I truly believe in the product, though I don't partake. I know that, God forbid, I ever come across a time in my life where I'm going to need some serious medication. I think cannabis would be the first thing that I run to. I'm pretty sure, actually, it will be.
Wow, because and it's I thought I was the only one that didn't really partake, but around it. But to hear you say that, it's kind of like it's shocking to me, because I'm around it all the time. And a lot of people are like, oh, you don't partake. And so let's talk a little bit about the hemp, because you said that you were about the hemp. Can you explain to the public out there what is the hemp and like the side of the when it comes to the ingredients in the cannabis plant?
Again, that's a really loaded question, because hemp and cannabis are 2 different plants.
Okay, there you go.
Right?
See,
they are, and I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference personally, because again, I'm not a plant.
Understood.
I'm
a cultivator.
Pusher,
I got it.
Right. But with respect to licensing and compliance, they vary and they differ significantly.
Okay.
Where hemp is legalized federally, You don't necessarily have to, you technically don't have to get licensed through your state or county. And there's, that's a debatable topic, but nevertheless, you don't have to. You can go straight to the USDA and get licensed as well. Whereas cannabis, you obviously cannot. You get locally licensed, and then we're waiting until we get legalized down the line. But as far as the difference in the, the medicinal aspects and what's beneficial, I'm not even the best answer.
Yeah. That was, like you said, that was a loaded question. Yeah. But over here in the Yumi Lounge, we're educated people. So if you had some like educational words out there to the public and people that are out there that really don't understand about it, what kind of education would you give to them?
First, I would say that I think one thing that I've learned in doing this as an independent consultant is when you're coming into the licensing side of things, this is not a $20,000 investment. This is not a $50,000 investment. This is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars investment.
I'm so glad that you hit that.
There's
mark,
that.
Because a lot of people don't understand that when it comes to investing into this type of business, it just doesn't come overnight just because you think just because you smoke it or you partake in it, that it just doesn't come overnight. It's I would say there's a gentleman that really hit it on the mark that we'll be talking to a little later, but he said it's kind of like cutting off your hand and not having a hand for a while.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
That is a great analogy. He's a guru, but we'll talk to him a little later.
I love that. It's funny you're saying that because now all of my new coming clients, I always tell them, look, I can help you do whatever you want. You tell me your budget. The case is, first of all,
and that's what you need to know that budget.
Absolutely. If you're coming in less than that couple $100,000 with or without partners, I'm not going to set you up for failure.
Wow. So a couple $100,000 to even just get you going.
I wouldn't set you up for failure. That's setting yourself up for failure.
That's great.
And the second I tell them if they are ready, is the number one thing that I focus on is your first year of licensing is going to be by far the most depressing year of your life.
Wow.
That's it. You have to go in knowing that you're going to.
And that's what it is, patience. Absolutely. And that's where it comes into play. Patience is truly a virtue when it comes to, especially something like this. Because and to have people like you that are so honest.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are just all about, not even everybody, but there are some people that are about really seeing how they can fill their pockets.
Of course.
Before they can even start helping a person. So for you to say that, it enlightens everything out there to the fact that there are honest people that are in this business that can help you get into the business, but at the end of the day, you have to have some kind of a budget.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And like you said, honesty is definitely key, but for me, it's also a success rate. I have 100% success rate in licensing, not because I'm so phenomenal at it. No, like I said, consultants are a dime a dozen. But it's
as I would say, that girl good.
Yeah, but it's because you vet them properly. Yeah. You have to vet the client. You really have to set them up for understanding what they're really getting into so that they can make a fully educated decision on investing in this industry.
Wow.
So that's really the reason, the core of it all.
Yes, and you got me over here checking my pockets to see what I can invest with because of the fact that you said you're 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
your percentage of helping people become successful is at that percentage, so that's great.
Right, and like I said, it has everything to do with the client and what they're able to bring to the table. Because if you're properly vetted if you qualify for all those areas, then there's no reason why you shouldn't get licensed.
Wow.
Like you said, it would take another consultant who's worried about their pockets and filling their pockets to take a $25,000 investor and set them up for complete failure.
And they by them investing, do they have to be licensed already, or do you help them get their license?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's how you help them get licenses.
If we get anybody that's wanting to jump into the industry, you have the average cannabis, person that grew up in the industry, is part of the industry, and then you have different corporate world Americans that come in from property development, real estate. You've got doctors. Backside, they've got different ways.
That's
they
right.
gotta be careful with their licenses too.
Hey, you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right?
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
So that's good. So if people wanted to get a hold of you, how would they do that? Like get a hold of you just to say, hey, Anna, is there any way that I want to invest? How do I get a hold of you?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking.
Not a problem.
So it's very mom and pop shop style. You can visit my website at calstateconsult.com.
Calstateconsult.com. Yeah. Let's get that right because it's 100% over here.
It's 100%. And calstateconsult.com, and or you can email me directly at anna@calstateconsult.com.
Okay, calstateconsult.com. And she talks back. Definitely talks back. So if you had just give me some words of encouragement to some of the youth out there. that are watching this, because we do have youth that partake in this a lot. So I want it, because we get a lot of that. So I just want to know exactly what your thoughts are on that.
So first and foremost, I mean, as much as I'm from the industry, during Prop 215 days or not, you have to know what you're taking in. So the best way to do it is always look for licensed dispensaries off the BCC website.
That's what's up. All right. So I appreciate you, Anna, for coming through.
Thank you.
Once again, it's your boy, Big Mike Rob, here at the Yummy Lounge. You already know where cultivation, lifestyle, and entertainment all come together. We got to pay some bills, so we'll be right back. Let's go! Watch him move. Around the rusty, he got that juice. I salute.